Welcome to Game Pitch, where I pitch ideas for new video games every month. And this month we are going over the Zelda series. Now, of course, you see that red sign and spoiler alert, and after that you see, of course, why is it spoiler alert? Because no one gives a damn. Let's be real. Nobody's gonna in the industry is gonna actually take a look at this. So, we story begins with King Link and Queen Zelda telling their daughter Arlia of Link's first battle with Ganon that has now become legend, obviously. The story goes after entering Death Mountain and fighting fierce monsters just to get to that point, he stands tall against Ganon himself with the Triforce and says, I have the Triforce. Now show me the princess. Ganon says, you're not going anywhere. That Triforce is mine. I shall not only have power, but I shall wield the wisdom to wield it as well. So, of course, everybody knows that it's all about the get down from there. So, after Link uses the silver arrow and pierces Ganon's heart, it blows up, he saves the kingdom, everything else. Well, now, after the second adventure, the adventure of Link, Link finds himself getting old. He's basically trying to lead a kingdom with the princess, and they're almost in the middle of a war between them and the Gerudos. So one day Princess Arlia is walking along in the desert, not listening to her mother or father, and she comes across a special boy, the only male Gerudo in existence at that point in time. It is told that every 100 years that a boy must be born, but this one came in 30. He is an anomaly. So this little boy is fighting for his life against three Dodongos with nothing but swords. Arlia comes in with an arrow and some bombs, saves the little boy. The little boy gets mad. He says, "I am Zan, and you have dishonored me. I am supposed to fight them by myself, alone." But then again, she's like, "Whatever," leaves, and the King Link, has to come and save her. After saving her, he tells her, "We don't work with the Gerudo. They are the ones who brought Ganon forth, and the little boy will one day become a threat that you're going to have to stand up against." So after that, she they grow up a bit more. By the time they're teenagers or older, something happens to the world. The world starts to fall apart. People start to disappear, and somehow these demonic creatures, just out of nowhere, old enemies of the king, start to return. So Arlia finds herself fighting for her kingdom, which no longer exists now. It's being erased. So she happens to run into Zahn, and Zahn tells her, "My people are gone too." So what they do is they collaborate. They realize that in order to find out what's going on, they both have to put aside their differences, Elf and Gerudo, and work together. So that's what they do. They spend most of the time in the game basically just going back and forth, fighting monsters, and then they find a crystal that takes them to different parts of the world. Now, there is a prophecy that says that if the three goddess that there is a fourth goddess, Ordana, the serpent queen of the desert. She has a crystal that can take them to different worlds to help them find two different Triforces. There's not only the Triforce of wisdom, courage, and power, but there is also another one, the Triforce of life, the Triforce of creation. With this, they can bring back their world and save all of reality. But if the Triforce of shadow is in the middle, then all shall be lost. The Triforce will become corrupt, and all of reality shall belong to the darkness. So, of course, they go on their little adventure, go to different worlds, And while they're going, Zahn is haunted not only by the spirit of Ganon, but by the spirit of demise. He is visited in his nightmares by each incarnation of Ganon, each one telling him to seek power, to become more powerful, to become like them. But he thinks he's better than them. He doesn't want to be like Ganon. He wants to be better than they are. So as he's slowly being corrupted, they continue to go from world to world. They even go to the land of Termina and find Majora herself and battle her in her darkness. And also, the cool thing about that is when they go there, they talk about the hero who came to their world and stopped their moon from crashing, which you all know who it was. Then they also go to another universe where the world is flooded and they must stop it and save. They must stop the evil over there and save them from an evil interloper who has never been known before. Then they also stop Vati from invading another timeline after the events of. They stop Vati in Lorule, basically. It all leads to them entering the sacred realm, where it's basically torn apart. Everything is dark, everything is destroyed. And all of a sudden, Arlia finds herself taken by this corruption. And in order to save her, Zahn stands before the four Ganons and Demise himself, and he tells the King of Darkness himself, Xylor, the god of Lorule, he says, make me the monster, make me the villain, basically. Give me the corruption and leave her alone. So that's what they do. They not only do all the Ganons get sucked up into the evil dark god, basically, but also does Zahn. Zahn gets sucked up, and he's basically like a puppet, and that's where you get your final boss at. And the boss's name, which I'm still debating on, is the Corruption of Worlds or something. Sounds cool, but if you guys could think of a cooler name, please put it in the comments. But basically, it all goes down there. Link, Zelda, and then after freed, Zahn and Arlia must stand united to battle this demon. And after defeating him, he gets sucked back into Lorule, and all of Lorule is destroyed with with the power of the complete Triforce. It is also revealed that the Queen of the Gods, the High Mother, is none other than Impa, or Pami, as she is called. If you will rearrange the name, Pami is the god, basically, of the goddess of everybody. And she said that she's been protecting Zelda from the very beginning, but now this is the end. That in order to save the world, in order to remake it, not only must Zahn and Arlia combine or marry, but they must also leave behind the old. And the old is Link and Zelda themselves. Yes, people, this is the end of the story. After almost 30 years, Link and Zelda are basically left in the sacred realm. Link tells Zahn to look after his daughter, and Princess Zelda gives her blessing. But Link tells Arlia that I've done all I could. I've been fighting against the darkness for far too long, and it is now someone else's turn to take the torch. So Arlia and Zahn take the Master Swords and go back to their world, as well as the Triforce, the complete Triforce, and remake it. Pami says that she hopes that they don't make the same mistake with that Triforce as the alternate Link who once saved her in their world, in the Sacred Realm, which is pretty much an Easter egg for those who are big fans of the fierce deity. Yes, he's an alternate link. So what? Anyway, the story ends with them both getting together and starting a new kingdom. There will no longer be just Gerudo living in their desert, or elves, or anything else. They will all live under one kingdom, under one rule, with Zahn as king and Arlia as his queen. They lead a new world, a better world, free of darkness and even free of the Triforce. All of Hyrule shall stay forever in peace. Yes, I know that shit was epic, but guess what? That's just my storyline basically of how this last game is going to be. This is the end of the story, folks. End of the main storyline, anyway. I mean, Miyamoto and them can do whatever the hell they want with it, but I'm pretty sure that they're gonna like this story. Hopefully they do. I mean, I'll pitch it to them. I doubt they'll get it because they want more of your money. But hey, you gotta admit, this is a pretty cool story, and this is the end. So, I hope you folks enjoyed it, and come back next week where I will be explaining a pitch for one of the coolest games that is driving a lot of fans crazy right now on my website, and that is Predator Isolation. Tune in next week or next month. Holla and peace out.